9:59. So, naughty set, Mr. Frightful. Let's let's do this. Oh, I've really got to learn to have this loaded up beforehand because the new version takes much longer than the old version. Progress! Right. So there we have Sean Connery from last stream. Let's erase Sean Connery. We won't be needing him where we're going. We have an joke to explain. Mr. Frightful has kindly submitted you might know Mr. Frightful. He takes PT. And what is Riker's approach to dating? If at first you don't succeed, try Troy again. So, who's this Riker guy? Well, in the 60s there was this TV show called Star Trek, which ran for like something ridiculous like 2 seasons. Very, very short-lived. Very short-lived. But it was repeated ad infinitum. And in the 90s... No, was it the 90s or 89? Was it 89? Anyway, they brought it back. Set in the same universe. But what they did is they brought it back... essentially so it was years later from the original series. And they called it Star Trek. The Next Generation. And do write this down, because, oops. That was a terrible X. I've had a few of those. Right. And both Star Trek and Star Trek The Next Generation featured a spaceship, different spaceships, same name, the Enterprise, which would had an ongoing mission to seek out new worlds, new civilizations, boldly go where no one has ever gone before, etc. And so it's very much focused on the goings-on on those particular spaceships, and the spaceships were Star Trek The Next Generation. The captain of the ship was a Frenchman, played by Patrick Stewart, called Jean-Luc Picard. Yeah, I've used 2 different A's there. But the joke's about Riker, not Picard. So who's Riker? Well, Riker was Jean-Luc Picard's, I would say number 2, but he always referred to him as number 1. So basically the next in command was it William Riker? I think it was William Riker. William Riker. Let's do an accurate representation of him. I'm going to go with Bearded Riker, because Bearded Riker was hot. Look at him. It's perfect. It's perfect. He's got 3 eyes. It's perfect. Yeah, there's Riker. Now, Riker had this sort of... one of the important members of the crew was another character called Troy, who was played by an actor, Deanna Troi. And Deanna Troi had a special ability. She was a Betazoid, which is not to say that she was a clockwork plastic robot that wasn't like one of the main ones, like Zerk. No, a Betazoid, a race of people who they have this unique, uncanny ability, which is that they're empaths. She looks exactly like that, and what an empath does is, well, basically, imagine if you're on a spaceship and you've come up against some Klingons. No, not some Klingons. Some the other goes Ferengi. Let's go with the Ferengi. You go against some Ferengi, and the Ferengi want to blast you out. And Captain Picard's all like, hail the Ferengi bridge. And then you get the Ferengi captain who's like spitting feathers and go, we're gonna blast you, we're gonna tear you into pieces, and we're gonna stamp on those pieces, and we're gonna burn them, and then we're gonna fire them into the sun. It's very important to have somebody on the crew who will turn at this point to the captain and say,
I'm sensing some hostility, Captain.
very important that you have that. So, anyway, the point is that Riker and Deanna Troi, which is, I think, quite an odd name, because you got, it doesn't matter. I don't think the Ferengi were like that. They weren't really. They weren't. Yeah. I think I meant the other guys. The ones with the weird foreheads. Beatisons can't read Fregni, can they not? You see? It's the law's so tight. So they have this sort of on-off relationship. Now, there's a well-known phrase. If at first you don't succeed, try again, you see. But here the joke is try Troi again, you see. So it's sort of suggesting that Riker persists in attempting to date Deanna Troi. They end up getting married. Spoiler, they get married and have kids. Not in TNG, but in Picard. Pretty much anyone can read Ferengis. They're not that bright. Ooh. Jack is slipping in all these inaccuracies to annoy me. Absolutely. Yeah, they're not just gaps in my knowledge. His acting improved with a bit, didn't it? So it's basically, instead of try again, the joke has try Troi again, you see, because Troi sounds a bit like try. And that's what's funny. That's what makes that joke funny. So, Mr. Frightful, have I explained that joke to your satisfaction? Can I knock off? Because you're costing me bare money there on mod overtime. Mainly profit, yeah. Pretty much anyone could read it, yeah. They're not allowed to see their mothers clothed. Cultural differences. In which case, joke explained. I think I get it now. Good. So Jack has racked up 6 minutes of overtime tonight. Joke explained. Press the button. No, not that one. No, definitely not that one. That one. Yeah.